Hi everybody, welcome to the Dan Good Show. We just finished watching Xbox's Developer Direct, had about 50 minutes of gameplay footage from what wound up being 5 different games. We were expecting it to be 4, but I had a really good time with it, so I wanted to dive into the 5 games and what I thought about them. Let's get into it. So the first game we got to see was Avowed, which was by Obsidian Entertainment. Executive produced by Todd Howard, which I thought was super cool. I feel like every time we've seen this game, it has a different art style. But I really liked this final product. I liked how much they were talking about fluidity of combat and having different presets that you can switch to on the fly. You know, if you want to dual wield magic wands, you want to switch to a stealth archer, you can do that on the fly. I thought that was excellent. The second game we got to see was Senua's Saga. We've seen a ton from this game, ton of announcements. Everybody's super excited to play this one. High fidelity, follow up to a really exciting, really unique experience. We got just a little bit more. I love the emphasis on the art direction, on the music composition, and of course the best part is getting a release date. So cannot wait to get into this one. And the next title we got was actually a surprise from Square Enix. It was Visions of Mana. I don't have a ton of familiarity with the Mana franchise. I played Sword of Mana what feels like 20 years ago and really loved it. Obviously the style is very different now. Gives me very much a Dragon Quest vibe. I loved the mount that they showed off, the giant dog that you could ride. I thought that was adorable. Basically the whole thing looks like a cuter version of Final Fantasy 16, and I love Final Fantasy 16, so I'm happy to check this one out. The next one we got was Ara, which is a 4X game. Not really my style, but I love just getting to hear from these developers. You can tell they absolutely love this game. Just a ton of passion into this. So, I mean, it looks beautiful. It'll be on Game Pass, so, it's not my style, but I won't have to, spend $70 to get a shot at it. So I might check it out. We'll see. But again, I'm glad the developers have a chance to show this game off, especially being former Civ 5 team. I think that would put a lot of eyes on this game. And of course, last but not least, we got tons of footage of the Indiana Jones game that is coming out by Machine Games, executive produced by Todd Howard, which I think is really cool. I did not see any announcements for who the voice actor was going to be. That was the thing that I was most curious about, because it kind of sounds like indie, but I didn't see anything. Maybe we'll get a press release later. I like flipping in between first and third person specifically for cutscenes and for traversal, but then when you're really into the action and the puzzles and exploring and all of that, being in first person. I thought it was stunning, absolutely beautiful. It takes you right to the movies, which I think is really cool. So I cannot wait to get into this one. So that was the full developer direct. We had 5 games from 5 different studios, about 50 minutes in total. I absolutely love the developer direct format. I wish we got more than one a year, but it'll probably stay that way. I think the benefit of that is that we get a release window, or in some cases, like with Senua, we actually have a release date. So if they're able to do that with every one of these, I'm okay with being patient and just having one a year. But I just think it's so great to have the developers out in front of the games. I feel like they have a special emphasis on art direction and music composition that you don't normally get from like the big E3 type shows. So let me know what you thought. Let me know what your favorite game was. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.